Before I got here, Chief Campbell, Kenneth Campbell, who was here before me, did have training with the officers that were here. The department, they did go through active shooter training, so we have that experience and we have that training here in the department. We work together very closely with our fire department, Chief Tom George, who is part of our EOC, our emergency management team. So we work very closely with putting plans together before we have large functions like street eats, those type of things. We will sit down as a team with Jason Reynolds, city manager, the public works, Tom George over at the fire department, myself, and we'll sit down and we'll have a pre-op put together so that so everybody's on the same page, those type of things. We've also, since I've been here, the officers, we've joined with the EMS, Nassau Bay EMS, to do some training. So we have tourniquet training and wound packing, all those survival type things. We have training, AED, CPR training. So we're working very closely with all the different departments in the city, working together to make sure everybody's on the same page. And hopefully, the thought process is, be prepared if something ever happens, but hopefully if we're prepared, we won't need that preparation. I think impacting the police department is rather minimal. The obvious daytime population is larger than the nighttime population. Our residents make up our base population, and during the daytime there's quite a bit of movement in and out, especially around lunchtime and dinner time with all of the food establishments that we have in the business corridor right here on Nassau Road 1. And then we do have an influx of people that are visiting over at Johnson Space Center or the Space Center Houston right across the street that will travel over into the city. As far as an economic impact, it's a great impact for the city. As far as for law enforcement, it's a minimal impact. We have to be aware of it, and again, it brings traffic, brings foot traffic, motor vehicle traffic. Every once in a while we do have an issue that our officers have to approach and deal with, but for the most part, the visitors are well behaved. So it's a minimal impact. We do have daytime population. We have a few of the NASA contractors that have professional buildings over here, and their office buildings are over here. So we have those people that are here during the daytime, and we have to provide services to them, just like our residences. We have several hotels in town that we're responsible for, so sometimes there will be calls at those hotels, and we'll have to go and deal with those issues. Some of the hotels, and because we're so close to the medical facilities that are right here in Webster along Highway 3 and Medical Center Boulevard, we do sometimes have outside company visiting that's using the hotels here, and because of the medical facilities, either here in Lake City or Webster. So we do have quite a bit of a variety of influx that comes in and out through the city, and so it keeps us a little busy sometimes, but for the most part, I would say it's minimal impact compared to other cities. We have contact with the Johnson Space Center's security division over there, and the security force, and we chat with them every so often just to make sure we're on the same page. Now, they handle everything with inside the property lines over there in the campus, and but we do know each other. We keep in contact with each other. Space Center Houston has their own security division, and we're in semi-regular contact with them. Apollo 11 50th anniversary, so we've been working with them and keeping in contact and coordinating for some of the functions that they have come up, because obviously, even though all those events are going to take place over on their property, there's going to be some residual impact off the property. So we have a good working relationship with both those entities, Space Center Houston and JSC, and we do keep in contact with them, and it's just a continual flow of information back and forth.